welcome back to my channel. Today I am starting off this video a little bit differently. Obviously I am not fully ready, so that is a little unusual for my channel. I usually have eyeshadow on, eyeliner, a little bit of mascara on my bottom lashes, definitely some lip gloss or something, but today I don't have all of that on because I'm actually going to be testing out some new products from Jeffree Star Cosmetics with you guys on camera, so I'm super excited about it. So hopefully you guys are just as excited as I am. If you like my makeup videos, give this one a thumbs up and subscribe down below if you are not already. I do want to do a bit of a disclaimer in this video because, as I'm sure you guys know, there has definitely been some drama surrounding Jeffree Star in the past like few months, I would say. And I just want to say before I film this video, like, I want the comment section of this video to remain positive. This is not about any political issues or anything like that. I mean, I just wanted to do a fun video on makeup, and this is a collection that I actually thought I would enjoy from Jeffree Star Cosmetics, so I did purchase it. As far as the drama and my opinions on it, I'm not gonna say too much other than, generally speaking, I do not agree with this cancel culture that we live in. I think that people make mistakes, and if we're not willing to forgive them, then what does that say about us as human beings? That's how I've lived my life. You know, I'm a very forgiving person. Does that mean I always forget everything that people do? No way. Especially in my own personal faith, I just believe in forgiveness, and I don't believe in showing hate towards anyone. So whether that be anyone involved in this drama, I mean, have they made some mistakes? Oh my god, yes, but I don't know, I just don't believe in canceling someone entirely and not supporting a business that you used to like for a mistake. Anyways, I did want to say my thoughts on that situation because I know it'll probably come up. So let's just get started. The collection that I'm going to be reviewing or doing a first impressions on today is his new Orgy collection. I know, scandalous. And even Jeffree Star naming this collection Orgy has caused a lot of controversy, but I just don't understand that because, come on guys, have you been asleep? Like, this is not the first sexual makeup product that we've been introduced to. There's NARS Orgasm Blush, there's Better Than Sex Mascara. I mean, that's definitely been in beauty before. What are you gonna do? And I really liked this collection because it is all nudes, and you guys know I don't really step outside of my comfort zone a lot with makeup. I'm not gonna be doing some like crazy blue, yellow, rainbow eyeshadow. To be honest, I'm just not that talented. There's a lot of other YouTubers that are really, really talented in that, and I don't really experiment with that. But when I saw he came out with a collection of all nude, neutral eyeshadows, I literally had to have it. The only other Jeffree Star Cosmetics palette that I have is the Conspiracy palette with him and Shane Dawson. So I thought now is the time for me to dive in and try it. This will be my completely honest review. I'm not like one of those Jeffree Star stans that has like every single palette and is never gonna say a bad word about them. Obviously, all opinions are my own. So yeah, let me show you guys what I picked up from the collection. I ended up getting the bundle that has the big palette in it, and then it also has the mini Orgy palette in it as well. So the packaging right off the bat is definitely sexual and just, it's a lot. I mean, there's not like full-on nudity, but I mean, you can tell everyone's nude. Same packaging on the mini Orgy palette. I also picked up a lip gloss from the collection in the shade Beaded Glass. First of all, that packaging is gorgeous. Oh my goodness. And then he also released a couple of clothing pieces in this collection, which I've never purchased any like clothing from Jeffree Star Cosmetics either, but I actually thought the pieces were super cute this time, so I did pick up a couple of things. First, I picked up these really cute pair of like lounge shorts. They're in this like beautiful like coffee brown color. I did size up in these. I got an XL, and I will say I would definitely recommend doing that if you're gonna purchase these because they are not as loose as I usually like my pajama shorts, but I'll still wear them. I still think they're really cute, and they just have the Jeffree Star star right there. And these don't have like orgy or anything like that on them. And then I got a little fuzzy hoodie. I just thought this looked so soft and comfortable. And this one, I think I also sized up in it. Yes. And it does seem like very oversized how I wanted it. So I think you could honestly probably get your normal size in this if you just wanted it to fit normally. But yeah, it just has the Jeffree Star logo and it's like that super soft material. It kind of reminds me of like Barefoot Dreams. It's really, really, really soft. So I can see myself lounging a lot in this in the fall and winter months. And it does have a hood as well. So yeah, those two items are super random, but I do really like both of them. I think the quality is really nice. I'm happy I got them because I can see myself, especially wearing that hoodie like all the time. And then the last thing that I'm going to talk about today, but that I actually didn't purchase, is the Nude Liquid Lipstick Vault. So this was released with the Orgy collection as well. And my mom actually bought this, not me, but she's letting me borrow it so I can show it to you guys and possibly use a color or swatch a couple of them. And this, I have already looked at. I swatched a few when I was over at her house. This is so nice. And my mom had never bought anything from Jeffree Star Cosmetics either. And she was like, I cannot believe I'm buying something with this name. But I know I'll use like all of those shades because they're like natural and just like everyday shades that you can wear. Same with the liquid lipsticks. I mean, it's all nude shades. We loved the packaging. It is just so nice. So here are all of the shades that you get. I was very pleasantly surprised when I opened this. There's a really good mix of nude shades in here. You have a lot with a more of a pink base, you have some with like a more warm tone orange base, some with a more cool tone base, some darker ones down here that would look beautiful on darker skin tones, or you know, even on lighter skin tones in the fall and stuff. Those are some really beautiful deep colors. I'll move around here a little bit, but this part over here is actually like padded. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's actually really cool and really nice quality. So honestly, I was super happy my mom picked this up because I didn't think it would be as good of quality as it is, and we were both pleasantly surprised. So anyways, I will be talking about that as well and using those liquid lips in my look today. Okay, so now let's open up both the big palette and the mini and see what is inside and swatch a couple of shades before we get started on the eye look. So when you take the big palette out of the paper packaging, this is what you see. So it's definitely not as graphic as the paper packaging. This one just has Jeffree Star laying naked all over it, which with his tattoos he doesn't even really look naked. But I kind of like this packaging. The name of the palette and Jeffree Star laying on all of the letters is kind of like raised. So it's really good quality. You open it up and it does have a mirror in there. So that is nice for travel. Take the little plastic off and that reveals all of these beautiful neutral shades. I love this. And like I've said a million times, I can just see myself using this every single day. Like traveling with this is going to be amazing. I also like how it folds all the way back. I don't know if you guys ever had a palette that like doesn't fold all the way back, and it's kind of annoying when you're traveling because I like to just hold my palette in my hand and just like really dip in there and like do it fast. So that helps. That's kind of a random thing, but yeah, I do like that. And like I said, these shadows are just gorgeous. I can just see myself traveling with this every single trip. All right, let's swatch a couple. Let's grab this one. I'm immediately drawn to that. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. That was invitation only. Next, let's swatch Safe Sex. Also beautiful, very pigmented. Next, I'll do a lighter one. Let's do Implant. That one's like a little bit chalky. Definitely not as great on the pigmentation. Let's do I'm Shy. That's the lightest one in the palette. It's like a white. So that one's a little bit better, but still the lighter shades are definitely not as pigmented as the darker ones, which I mean, you typically get that. Wiped off my fingers a little bit. Let's do Bed or Floor. That one's pretty good. Next, we'll do the darkest one, which is Glory Hole. Oh my gosh, I kind of went overboard on this, but holy crap, I think this is going to be crazy pigmented. So that's like, I would would say it's a pretty true black. That one was really, really silky soft. I'm gonna try one of the lighter ones again. So this one I just swatched is Silk Robe. All right, so for the mini, we've talked about the outside paper packaging being a little explicit. Let's see what the actual palette looks like. So it kind of has the same design as the paper box, but it's not as colorful. So that's kind of cool. It's definitely different than the bigger one, which is always nice to have just something a little bit different. Again, this is like a raised sort of shiny, what do you call that? I don't know, I'm blanking, but anyways, that sort of material for the name. Remove the plastic. Again, you have a little mirror there, which is nice. And here is what the mini palette looks like. Now this is totally up my alley. If you guys have watched any of my tutorials here on my channel, you know that I love doing just a simple smoky eye with a really shiny shimmery lid. So I was super, super excited about this one, which is why I had to pick up both palettes, because in the bigger palette there are no shimmers, and then this is like all shimmers. But I've heard that these are not very pigmented, so I'm a little bit nervous. So let's see. So let's start with this one in the middle. It has like an iridescent almost sort of vibe. Let's do Champagne Pop, which is at the top. Ooh, that rhymed. I mean, that's like super effing pigmented to me. I mean, like, what? We'll do the one at the bottom. This one feels a little bit more gritty for sure, which is called Foam Party. They have a sheen, but I wouldn't say they're like shimmers, you know? That's explicit right there. We'll do Glass Wet, which is the white, and I have a feeling this one's going to be horrible. We'll give it another coat. Actually, that one's not bad. Ooh, this one is Soaking Sun. I have a feeling this one's gonna be great. Oh my god, that color is gorgeous. Are you kidding? I think that's all I'm gonna swatch. I would say, I mean, that one's absolutely freaking beautiful. It's half and half with the shades in the mini palette. I mean, some of them are insanely pigmented and others are kind of like, just more of like a sheen and not so much as like a metallic glitter. I feel like you're gonna get that though. I mean, it doesn't bother me. I don't feel like it was a waste of money, but I know some people do feel like that. So, you know, to each their own. I think it's just preference and what you're used to. Alrighty, I guess I will go ahead and swatch a couple of the liquid lipsticks as well, even though I already did when I was at my mom's house looking at this initially. But like I said, I was pretty impressed. So the first one I'm going to swatch is this one called Jeffree's Nudes. This one looks really, really cool tone. This one I don't know if I would love. I think I would hate this on myself, but that's the thing, is like they're miniature, so you're really not like getting a ton of product in each one, which is kind of good. So this one is called Jeffree's Nudes. Again, a very cool tone, lighter shade nude. So this next one here is Baby Daddy. I actually think I would like that on myself in the fall. The next row is definitely more of like a pink row right here. So let's do one of those. I think I'll like these as well. So this one is Gemini. As you can see, I mean, they're really, really different. I was worried about getting a nude lip collection. That's why I didn't purchase it myself, because I was like, they're all gonna be similar. Like, how are you, like, I'm gonna have like a million of the exact same lipstick, but I was impressed that they are all like pretty different. Next, I'm going to do Libra Lynn, because I'm a Libra, so why not try that? So that is Libra Lynn. Definitely more of like a peachy undertone, but again, I feel like that's something I would like. And then the last row is definitely more of our deeper shades. I swatched the darkest one when I was over at her house, and I actually liked it as well. It's just a really deep brown. I think I'm gonna swatch Family Jewels. This one looks like a really beautiful fall shade. Guys, that is such a gorgeous shade. Oh my gosh, love that. Oh my goodness, I can see myself wearing that so much. So I'm thinking I should buy this on my own, because I love all of the shades. So I've swatched all of them. They're starting to dry. I did swatch a few of these, like I said, the other day, and they stayed on my skin literally for days. Like, I washed, like, you know, showered, washed my hands multiple times, and they were like still like somewhat on there the next day. So that is crazy. My mom also wore one of these on her lip, and she said that was the first lip product that she personally had ever tried that actually stayed on her lips all day long through eating, talking, you know, drinking water, whatever. So that's really cool. I've never tried a Jeffree Star liquid lip, surprisingly. So yeah, I'm excited. Oh, and then the last thing, I guess I'll swatch the gloss really quickly for you guys. This is gorgeous. I actually did already look at it and it's so pretty. This is like such a Kayla lip gloss. Ugh, I'm obsessed. First of all, the packaging is gorgeous. So that is the gloss right there. It is absolutely beautiful. It's just like a nice like champagne gold color. Alrighty, so now I'm going to scoot in closer and I will do a little eye look with these palettes. Trying to get the liquid lips off. Since they weren't dried yet, they came off pretty well. Alright guys, so I've moved in a little bit closer. As you can obviously see the entire time I've been talking, my face makeup, eyebrows, contour, all of that have already been done a few hours ago now, but still same makeup. And now I'm just going to finish off with eyeshadow, lipstick, all of that good stuff. So let's get started. First, I'm just going to prime my lids with the Urban Decay Primer Potion. So now that I have my lids all primed and whatnot, let's dive into these beautiful eyeshadows. First, I definitely know that I want to start off with a transition color, something that's a little bit lighter on the like beige side. So I think I'm gonna go more warm tone in the spirit of fall. All right, let's go in with Bottom. Just I feel like that's a pretty neutral undertone shade and it's a little bit lighter, so that's good. Okay, so honestly I'm not being super precise with this because it's pretty much going to be our base color. I'm just kind of putting this all over in my crease and bringing it up right underneath like my brow, but definitely being sure to take my time with blending because you don't want those lines to be harsh, especially up near your brow. That is what we don't want. And as you can see, I'm kind of holding my brush a little further back here. I do that when I want more of like a feathered out look. It doesn't need to be as precise. Sometimes if you're holding your brush like way right here, it can end up packing that color down and then you'll spend hours and hours and hours blending it out, especially if it's a really, really pigmented color. For at least my initial crease like base color, I find holding it back like this and just kind of really lightly going in and building as you go is definitely much better. Okay, so I think that's pretty good for our base. Now I'm going to go in with a darker color for our outer corner and crease shade. So first I think I'm gonna go in with this shade here called Craving Chocolate, which I believe got a little bit of controversy, but just a shade name, sorry. And I'm going to take a brush that is a little bit more tapered, not too much. This one is the MAC 286. I'm gonna take that and put this a little bit more concentrated in my crease, and then I'll go in with an even darker, warmer color for my outer corner. And this time I'm definitely going to be sure to point my brush more downwards because you don't want to bring that color too high. And anywhere where I start seeing like sparse areas, I'll just kind of go back in and make sure everything is really even. So I think that's good for that shade. Now I'm going to get a little bit more precise and go in and do a little bit of shaping on my outer corner and darken that up a bit. So I'm going to take my Sigma small tapered blending brush. This is an E45, and I'm going to go in with this shade called Invitation Only. Right here, it's a really warm, deep brown. And for this, I'm just going to focus it right on my outer corner to start. Just kind of lightly blending those edges. So that's all I'm gonna do with that super small brush, is just kind of place the product. Then first I'm going to take a clean brush. This one's a little stained, but it is clean. And this is the Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH31. And with no product on it, I'm going to feather out those edges. All right, once I feel like it's blended enough, I'm gonna dip back in to that same Invitation Only shade and just go in with a fluffier brush to blend it a little better in the center of my eye and bring that just a little bit like halfway across your crease. All right, so I think that's about as dark as I personally want it today, but I am going to go back in with that bottom shade, the lighter one right here that we originally started with, and I'm gonna take this on a clean brush that's a little bit smaller, and I actually might mix it with just that one right next to it called Top. just to make it a little bit lighter, and I'm just going to really lightly go back in and make sure that top right here is blended out. We don't want our transition shade to get lost in those dark crease colors we did. So now let's do the lower lash line. I'm just going to grab a smaller brush. I think this is a MAC 220 or 219, I think. I'm gonna go in with that really warm deep brown color, the invitation only, and put that on my lower lash line. And I always start small. You can always add, but it's harder to take away. And I always just try to connect it to that crease. All right, and then once I go halfway, I'm gonna go in with a fluffy brush. This one is the Sigma Large Fluff E50. And I'm gonna take a brow bone shade to place there. So I just have to decide what I want. Since we are going for a more warm tone, I'm gonna choose one of the warmer shades up here. So I think I'm gonna choose this one called Body. It's not super light, but I think for me that would be fine. We'll start with this one. If I wanna add anything else, I can. Just going to take that on my brush and place that right under my brow bone. All right, and I think I might want something a little bit lighter. So let's go in with Silk Robe up here. Place that directly underneath. And then again, I'm gonna go back in one more time with that brush I had that transition shade on and just do a little feather. And then there's not a whole lot of fallout at all, guys, which is really great. But if there is, I usually just take a beauty blender and that gets most of it off. Okay, so I'm also going to add a lighter shade to my lid. So let's go in with, I'm gonna say this one called Gender Fluid right here. Let's see how that looks. And I'm just using a flat shader brush from MAC. This is MAC 233. This one seems pretty pigmented. So I didn't swatch this one, but it is applying pretty well on my lid. So once I get to the part where it connects with those darker shades, I just kind of like fan it out like that. So then I'll take one of my clean brushes and just kind of blend those shades together. But I know I'm gonna go in with a shimmer, so honestly I'm not worrying about that too much. Speaking of shimmer, let's go in with something from the mini orgy. I'm excited about this. Shimmer is my favorite part of anything, and I think I'm gonna go in with that Champagne Pop color because I know it swatched pretty well and I don't want to end up doing something that doesn't swatch very well or apply very well on my lid. So let's go in with that one. It is this center one. I would love to use this like Soaking Sun also, so I'll see if I can apply that in there as well. But here's what I like to do. I usually like to start with whatever I'm gonna do on the inner corner here. And this, I'm just doing swiping motions. Like I said, starting at that very inner corner and then dragging the excess to the center of your lid. I'm also, while I'm at it, going to take that same color and bring it down to connect it to that darker shade that we did earlier. Okay, so now I want to try to use this beautiful Soaking Sun shade. So what I'm gonna do, and I love to do this, I do this quite often in my makeup looks. So I'll just take a little bit of this on the same brush because they're gonna kind of mix together anyways. Just tap off the excess and then I apply this to where the inner corner shade and the crease shades connect. So I'll just apply that right there in the middle. So then it kind of looks like a gradient, or you have like this beautiful shimmer shade like right in the center of your lid. So I'm really liking how that turned out. Again, you'll see me do this so often. I'm just gonna grab like a couple of the blending brushes that don't have a lot of product on them and just kind of blend everything out once more. And I think I'm happy with how that eye look turned out. So I think I'm gonna call it quits while we're ahead. So there we have it. That's the eye look. I am, of course, going to apply eyeliner. So for eyeliner, I've just been using this Marc Jacobs pencil liner. I love this stuff. I've been using this every single day. And then I have lash extensions, so I'm not gonna do liquid liner on my lid, but what I like to do if I want the look of eyeliner, I'll take a black shade from an eyeshadow palette. Luckily, this one does have a black shade, and I will just take a flat brush like this. So I'll just dab it in that black shade and close my eye and get as close to your lash line as possible and just kind of stamp that on. Obviously being really careful because you don't want to mess up the eyeshadow eyeshadow that you just did. I know you're not supposed to do this, but sometimes I'll like pull my eye so I can see a little bit better. All right, so then that gives the illusion of having a liquid liner. And sometimes even with lash extensions, if I've gotten foundation on them, I'll take that black shadow and bring it down my lash extensions as well so they look black. Next, I just brush through my lash extensions and fluff them out. And then I will apply mascara to my bottom lashes. So I've been using the Hourglass Caution mascara for my bottom lashes. And then if I'm like really wanting my lashes to stand out, sometimes I'll flick this on my lash extensions. Just a tiny, tiny bit. I don't recommend doing this every day, and I don't do it really ever, but for the purposes of this video, I will. I think I need to clean up a little bit of fallout here. All right, that is the finished eye look. I'm gonna go off camera to do the other eye the exact same way, and I will be back to do my lips. Alrighty, so I've done my other eye. Here is the finished eye look. Hopefully you guys like this. Now let's do our lips. To be quite honest, my lips are a little dry, so I'm gonna start by putting a little bit of Nivea on mine. Not too much though, you don't want them too slick. Okay, so let's pick out which one I'm going to use, which I'm a little bit nervous about because a lip could really make this go downhill. Okay, so I think I'm gonna try either Hunty or Christmas Cookie. So I'm gonna swatch both of these and see which one I think would be best. So here are the two that I'm deciding between. I wish you guys could talk through the camera. I think I'm gonna try Hunty because I do want this to be like super, super nude. I am gonna start off by putting a lip liner on just because I feel like that just looks better. So I'm gonna use the Kylie Cosmetics lip liner in Coconut. I love this lip liner. I'm gonna bring it into my lips just a little bit. Now let's apply the liquid lip. So like I said, this is in the shade Hunty. I'm doing like a super, super thin layer, so I keep having to dip back in for a tiny bit because I don't want it to be like super thick. I love it. I love it. Oh my goodness, I love it. So I'm gonna go back in with a little tiny bit more. Okay, so I'm totally obsessed with this shade. I am totally thinking of purchasing that Nude liquid lipstick ball if it is still in stock because I'm really, really impressed with it, and I love this particular shade. I think it looks really good with my skin tone. What do you guys think? I'm gonna let this dry for like a second, and then I am going to apply the lip gloss on top of it just to kind of get more bang for my buck in this makeup tutorial, try all the products, all of that stuff. But I'm really liking this totally nude look. Beautiful. So now that my lips have dried a little bit more, let's go in with this gorgeous gloss called Beaded Glass. I actually already put this on the other day. It was so gorgeous. I like how it does not take away at all from the shade of the liquid lip. It just kind of puts this gorgeous champagne sheen over top. It's really smooth, not at all sticky. Alrighty, you guys, that is the finished makeup look and first impressions review of the Jeffree Star Cosmetics ORGY collection. I love this collection. I know it might be controversial. He might be controversial, but I'm sorry. This is just a beautiful collection in my opinion. That palette, I just know I'm going to get so much use out of. I even liked the shimmers that I tried. I thought that they were pretty good. The lip products that I tried are incredible, so I'm super stoked about those. Might have to steal that shade from my mom or have her try it because she has a similar skin tone as me, and I think that she would really love it. So yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. If there are any other like makeup collections that you would like for me to do this sort of video with, definitely let me know in the comment section down below. I love doing makeup videos, but I never know what you guys want to see. So let me know. But yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below if you are not already. And I will talk to you all very soon in my next video. Bye guys.